Hey, what's happening? What's poppin', BBC Nation? Yes, this is an NPL video, but it's a little bit different than usual. This is a video regarding to the free agents and trades, and I've made a total of like 10 different Mons changed throughout the team. So I kind of want to go over all the Mons that got traded and picked up and dropped, and kind of go from there. So first and foremost, Mega Blastoise. Mega Blastoise is a very good Mega. It has the potential to pretty much break, for the most part, any Ghost type and just spin, and it's really bulky. The problem is that Mega Blastoise, in order to fully utilize it, you need correct Wish support. Now, Kangaskhan and Gardevoir do have access to Wish. It's not really the Wish users that I want to use every single week. I don't want to bring Wish on them every single week and help support Mega Blastoise in that means. Another thing with Mega Blastoise is that it gets worn down relatively fast with hazards. Now, I don't have a poison type. You know, that was kind of an error on me not drafting one. That I mean, I have a very good reasoning for it, just because none of them I really wanted on my team. It made me a little susceptible to T-spikes, obviously, but I don't really regret any decisions with that. But anyways, yeah, Mega Blastoise gets worn down by Stealth Rock, Spikes, G-Spikes very fast, and it can spin once and only once. And if your opponent has the bulky grass types, just bulky mons in general, that can take a Scald. So these things are like things like Clefable, you know, just really bulky mons or bulky grass types can switch into it. Mega Blastoise is just getting worn down, and I don't have the correct Wish supporter. So Mega Blastoise had to take the boot. Next, Kangaskhan. I knew Kangaskhan wasn't going to last much. I knew from the start when I drafted it that I was going to get rid of it, but I didn't know what for, and I felt like Kangaskhan was not really a, you know, it was a mon that I could have played around with a little bit for like a couple weeks and then tossed it. But you know, Kangaskhan is a cool mon because it does have the Wish support, but it also has, you know, the Assault Vest set, and it has Scrappy, so I can just fire off free double edges, and then if they have the Steel type, I have Earthquake or Fire Punch for that. But I decided, you know what, Kangaskhan, obviously, I don't need anymore because now I need a spinner. So I ended up getting Kabutops. Kabutops has a pretty decent matchup versus a couple strong opponents. So I felt that not only is it a spinner, but it can add now a priority mon. I don't think I really had any real priority. Mega Blastoise does have Aqua Jet, but it's not really an Aqua Jet user. And now I have Kabutops that has an actual priority user, and then I have the Mega Strong Dude, Mega Heracross, and he's kind of my Buzzwole replacement. I'll kind of go over the trades here a little bit later, and I knew that I was going to get, because I knew I was going to get Mega Heracross, and I knew that I was going to get rid of Mega Blastoise, I ended up getting rid of Buzzwole. So we'll kind of go into that. But the thing with Mega Heracross now is this thing has a 4 times weakness. But look at this thing's stats distribution. First of all, this 40 does not matter, right? Because I'm never going to use a special attack. So it has base 185. That means, in theory, nothing in the game can really switch into it. Like 1 hit KOs and 2 hit KOs. Pretty much everything in the game. Struggles to hit fairies like Clefable, and it really can't do a kill with Clefable, but it's an absolute menace. It's bulk, base 80 HP, and base 115, base 105 Spadef. Thing can take pretty much any 1 or 2 hits from like a lot of things and just OHKO them back. And base 75 speed obviously is not the best, and I'm going to be seeing a lot of teams that are probably going to be forced to speed creep Heracross, but the thing is that I can run Adamant or Jolly, and even if I run Adamant max speed, I'm still hitting 249, which 240 hits past base 70 speed Adamant users. But yeah, I mean, it's still a really good mon, and it hits a decent speed tier, and it has like perfect stats in my eyes. So that's kind of the free agents that I made. So next we're going to be going over the trades. Alright, so now let's look at the 6 transactions here. The first initial trade you guys saw, I ended up getting rid of Darmanitan and Buzzwole for Volcanion and Snorlax. Now, Buzzwole put in the finest of work. The one game that I did bring it, it just put in such good work, and it was hard to lose it, but I felt that Mega Heracross was a really good replacement for it, and I like Mega Heracross going for close combat rather than having to lower my attack with superpower. So, I mean, that's kind of a thing, but Buzzwole does have Roost. So, I mean, it's kind of wishy-washy. They both can't really take flying hits, obviously, but they're both really good mons. But before going over Buzzwole, we're going to go over the Darmanitan pick. So, I felt that when I draft Darmanitan, obviously it's a U-turn error. It gets momentum. But I decided that Volcanion was probably a little bit better for my team simply because it's a good fairy check and I just like its dual stabs. And I think overall Volcanion is just an all-around better mon than Darmanitan. And the only thing that Darmanitan has is the raw hit power just to one-hit KO things with Scarf Flare Blitz. Volcanion can not hit as hard, but it can just do more things in the bulk department in that sense. And as you saw week 3 versus Cloud, I can still run it Scarfed because it's a decent speed tier, as its stat distribution once again is a lot bulkier. It hits really hard, and it has the better Scald move with Steam Eruption. So next to Buzzwole, once again, because I knew I was going to get Mega Heracross, I said bye-bye Buzzwole, and we understand that. So because I really wanted, the aim was to get Volcanion, and kind of the package, in order to get Volcanion, I also had to pick up Snorlax. Now Snorlax, I'm fine with because now I'm just adding more and more bulk, which already have the Breakers in Kyurem, Breakers in Thunders, Breakers in Mega Heracross, right? So I have Breakers, and now adding more bulk to my team just really continues to just add so much more dimensions to my team and forming more of how I want it to. So Snorlax is really good mon. It is really my thick fat user, so it's ice resist, fire resist, and it's a normal type, so it's only weak to one thing. And if they're gonna kill Snorlax, it's with like close combat, which I have a Mew for. So Mew and Snorlax have really good synergy, and I wasn't really aiming to pick up Snorlax. I was trying to get the Volcanion, but ultimately Snorlax is a really good mon, and hopefully I can put it to full use. So the last one, Greninja and Roserade. So this one isn't official. It did not happen yet, but me and Merc are actually going to make the trade here in about a couple hours, I believe, because how free agency works is like you put in the little thing in the chat, and I got to wait for I think like another 20 hours in order to do that. But I decided that once again my team was so weak to toxic spikes that this was kind of the main reasons why. Now Greninja, the games that I brought Greninja with, you know, it's put in so much work and it's a really good mon. It's obviously nerfed not having to run Protein or Battle Bond, but Torrent still is a decent ability on it, and I still don't lose much by going Roserade, because Roserade also has spikes and T-spikes. It loses on the sense of its speed tier, but as far as offenses, Roserade is a little bit more stronger, and it doesn't get U-turn and the speed like Greninja, but it does have a little bit more bulk, and it has the poison typing that I want. Grass typing too to be immune to Leech Seed, but I'm not. Leech Seed is not like really the end of the world, as in Toxic Spikes is kind of the end of the world, as week 3 I almost lost solely because of how much pressure T-Spikes added onto me. So that was a free agency. Not too complex here, but that's kind of the ideas of my team. So just want to give a quick update, and stay tuned for my week 4 video versus the God TTM Jolt, Mama Jolt.